College, creating of the day, anywhere, anywhere. My name is Marwan Kadum. I am a doctor in computer engineering, and this seminar hosted by Computer Center in Baghdad University. I'm so delighted to meet you all this beautiful day, and the goal here is to talk about VPN networks, machine scheme, and what is the secret behind, what is the new idea for this VPN. So as you see that the subject is so big of this issue, so I'll try to be more simple when I talk about this VPN. So keep in touch with me and keep your eyes on details. And if there is any questions on about the attend sheet, it will be in the last 10 minutes of this seminar. So let us start with VPN. I will start with our agenda. First, we will introduce the idea because some other maybe have some doubts about this issue, VPN. Then after that, I will jump directly to show some and what is the missing term. Some other they know some information, some other they don't know some information. We declare these issues. Then I will go to some other new idea behind or secrets behind VPN. Introduction, I will reference your understanding and what is today network to be able to understand how it works, and then we will see how this internet serving works. So let us start to enjoy with this issue. In general, the new networks, it looks like this in our home. In general, we divided network to sides. One side, they said like indoor, and the other outdoor. And everything outside our home could be outdoor network. And what is inside is inside our network, inside our home. And it will be divided from the one device, what they call it access point. We said access point because it's changed from one environment to another. For example, if I want to change from wire to wireless, I need access point. So the first device in the face is nano access point, and that device gives us one line of internet, just one line. And from this one line, we go to the indoor network. This one line gives internet for one device. So we need more than one line. We need to divide our broadcasting. So we need a switch route, smart switch, or switch router, or something like this, to give too many lines. Like for example for Ethernet, and then give it for another one is access point to group wireless. And of course wireless depended on the region. It's not dependent on the wire Ethernet. So if we use like the standard of 802.11.g or R or other character dependent on the frequency or region, the coverage area of this access point. This is what is indoor. And what is outdoor? It will be like we said, like we have an access point. This access point connect with a sector. The sector is hub station. Is hub station supported with the internet service provider. This is like for example here in Iraq we have Airlink. This is internet service provider to provide the internet. And in this station, in this internet service provider, it will be connect with the internet. And in general, it will be like some websites, some dynamic websites, some static. Some other websites now become like API websites, access, let's say application program interface, IoT, and so on, which is 5th generation website. And this is in general the standard network now. Okay. When I write www.google.com, the procedure is not just directly go to the website server. No. Actually, the procedure is like this. When I write www.google.com, and this is important, please focus on this issue, because we need to understand how it works before we go to the VPN. So, if I write www.google.com, it will never go directly to the web server. It will never go directly to the web server. When I write www.google.com, it will go to the internet service provider, and in the internet service provider there is DNS server. DNS server. This DNS server, there is too many details around, so I just want to explain the main idea. In DNS server there is a table, and this table has for each, for example, has for each title there is an ID. So for example, if there is no problem, if I write if this country allowed to connect with a Google, for example, or this website, there is no problem around this website. It is not like forbidden to enter this website, like for example Google here. So if I write google.com, it will be changed to the ID. For example, here we have 12, 12, 12, 12, 12 ID, for example. So this DNS server changed this word to the IP, and this IP go to the station, to this terminal, and from this PC or this laptop, it will be go directly with this IP for this is Google, for example, this is Google ID. This is Google website ID. So it will be go to the Google, which is website server. This is in the normal case. In case, for example, in Iraq, we don't allow to Google to connect to Google or our website. In this case, the strategy will be changed. So, if I write google.com, it will be go to DNS server. In the DNS server, they change the ID from this IP 12, 12, 12 to this ID 11, 11, 11, 11, for example. So it will be returned back with this ID to the laptop, and it will be not go to the web server, but it will be go to another server. They call it OpenDNS, and from OpenDNS, when get this ID, it will be forwarded to this IP 13, 13, 13, and it came back to PC, and from the PC, it will be go to the web server, and in the web server there will be sent us to another website to say like it is not allowed, forbidden to enter this website is not allowed to use in this country or something like this. And this is the strategy how we connect with the internet. This is the internet server. Now first we finish how the network, like what is the scheme of the network in general, the modern network, and how we connect in general. Now we will go in another part. So let us go to another slide. Now, after explain the modern network and refresh information surrounded it, and then after that we jump to we already finished how we serving internet. Then we can go now to VPN to understand the idea of it. First, VPN in general, what's the meaning and details, and what is the vision of VPN and how it works. After finish this two terms, we can understand how the VPN works. So let us enjoy with this one first. What is VPN meaning in general? You say VPN, there is too many terms to present the VPN. Actually, the expert people, if you ask them about VPN, he can't find the short answer for you, because different place, different meaning. Sometimes VPN become like a proxy IP or a proxy server or any virtual network. So the main idea or the short answer to say what is the VPN, what is the virtual private network, it is the hide your identity or change your tracking path. Some other use it for bad use, like how to say it, like some other using like VPN. There is some VPN used to break the security of internet service provider to enter some website is not allowed. Some other use it to protect themselves by secure the information. So the main idea is around like virtual private network. It's a virtual network. It is not real path. It is like turnaround path to hide your identity. Some other use it to secure information. Some other use it to break information. And how to say, like proxy IP is a short term of proxy server VPN. So there is too many types. But for example, some others say we can use it virtual private network to encrypt it or protect data. Some others they use proxy IP to encapsulate it, like some information to search about forbidden address or something like this. Let us highlight, like for how to say, like forbidden websites or something like this. Some others they use proxy server as VPN, the internet service. For example, internet service provider sometimes they use proxy server to make it easy on the main server on the system to give some tasks. Sometimes, how to say it, like we have VPN firewall, but it's already expensive, used by big companies. So there is too many meaning, but in the main idea of the VPN is to hide your identity and hide your tracking path in general. Okay, so what's the VPN vision in general? As I said, as I mentioned before, in general, it's used for unallowed access network. Maybe it will be secured, or maybe it is forbidden to use this network. So some other use it in a bad way, some other use it in the right, like to protect. So for example, this delivering system, assuming delivering system, I want to send this gift for one person, for Alice. But it's not allowed to send for Alice. So what I must be do in this case? I will send it for Bob. And then I put address inside. Then I ask Bob, if I send you any gift, you must be encapsulated, same like IP address. If I send you any IP address, you must be encapsulated, and we will explain this later about the network, how to encapsulate this and all of the details, but I just want to explain the idea. So we ask Pope to encapsulate this gift, and in the first address, like there is an address inside. Then he sends this gift to the address inside. So he will be open it, and he will read the address inside this gift box and forward it again or send it to another person, to another address, to Alice, as an indirect way. So it will be sent it to Pope, and from Pope he will encapsulate the gift, and the first address. Pope is a server. Is maybe VPN server. Maybe he's a VPN server or something like this. So he encapsulated the inside address and sent it again to Alice. And this is the idea. So a simple way to explain the idea. Okay. I hope you all understand the idea before, and I'm sure that almost of you experts in this field, so you have at least background. This is why I try to find short answer. Now, this is important slide. Here we have a proxy ID. Proxy ID used for browser just. But if you want to use encrypt or secure or change identity for all system or all PC, we use VPN. Okay? So, for example, I have this laptop 1, and with this address 192.168.1.1, it's a private IP. Let us highlight it better. Okay? Assume we have one scenario. Assume that we want to go to the Google, and this is a data center for Google. This is the website of Google. So we want to go to Google. If there is no problem, the first case or first scenario, there is no problem, like it is not forbidden. It's normal routing way or tracking way. So there is no problem. So let us follow this path. First, we have this IP. And this IP search about something in Google, right? Google.com. So it will be go to the router. In the router, there is a routing table, and this in the routing table there is a packet. It's a big trailer, but this is a part of this trailer. This is a packet. So the main idea I want to focus on, not the whole trailer sent it by this PC, but I just want to focus on the destination and source address. So this is not destination address. Here, if I want to go to the Google, it will be like this. Assuming that I write something. Assuming I want to go to Google. So let's say Google ID is 1.1.1.1. This is the Google ID. So I want to go to Google ID. In general, the source address is PC address. The destination address is 1.1.1.1. And this is hop for the router. The people who work on network, you know this. It's how many hops between router to router. So the main idea is source and destination address. Then it will be go to the Earthlink, which is Internet Service Provider. Internet Service Provider. In the Internet Service Provider, there is proxy, but here is not a proxy ID. I said a proxy, it means alternative. It means something who do something rather than you. Like, for example, I want someone to do something rather than me. So he's my proxy. So if I want server to do something or task rather than Internet Service Provider, so I say that this is a proxy server to do a specific task. So Internet Service Provider depended on the several proxy servers, and all of these servers do some tasks for the Internet Service Provider to make it easy, to make it easy on the system. So Earthlink main system, memo cache, the main one, focus on the more important tasks. And the other task is not important, is like use some sub-servers, what they call it is the proxy servers, to do this task. So, I'll return back. Laptop 1, go with the source address to the destination, which is 111, and it will be go to the Internet Service Provider. In the Internet Service Provider, the first proxy server is cache. They call it cache. Cache, this one is to check if your website is already on the roof. It's already ready. So no need to connect to the internet. So it gives you a cache website, which is already someone who searched about it before. So it will be directly returned back without return to the Google to reduce the cost. If it's not, it will be go to the firewall. Then in the firewall, we have what they call it firewall. We have a block list. Of course, there is too many information about firewall, but I try to simplify the idea. And firewall, simply there is something to set like block list. And this block list say, like, for example, allow to go to the Google 111 or not. Assume here it's allowed. Like it's allowed to go to Google. Then, if it's allowed, it will be across the firewall. Then after that, it will be go to the filter. It's another, how to say it, proxy server. This one to check if your account has a problem or not. Like you pay for the internet or not. So if you pay for the internet, there is no problem. It will be go directly to the Google, to the internet, through the web server, directly to the Google. And this is the normal way without VPN. I hope it is clear, because all of you like reach how to say a level to understand the idea. So let us go to the proxy. What if it is not allowed to go to Google? In this case, it will be different. The strategy will be different. Here, laptop 1 wants to go to the Google, and it's not allowed, or it's not secure, something like this, or we want to change identity. So we need here to use VPN, Virtual Private Network. Then the ID go to the router is source ID, same, but the destination ID is a proxy ID, not Google ID. In this case, the internet service provider cannot catch us because we don't write Google address. So the destination address, it will be proxy IP. Then it will be go to the Earthlink internet service provider and to the cache to check if it is ready or not. If it's not, it will be go to the firewall. In the firewall will check on the destination address. If it is 111, it will be not allowed. But it is not 111, it is a proxy IP. So, because it's a proxy IP, it will be allowed to go to the next state, to the filter server. So, go to the filter server, and from the filter server, it will be check your account, if you pay, and everything's okay. So, it will be go not to Google, it will be go to the American proxy server, depended on this proxy IP. And in this server, it will be encapsulated, this packet, and inside this packet, there is a Google IP. So from this path, it will be go to Google. This is the main idea of VPN. And there is too many talkings around this issue, but this is a simple way to explain. I hope it's clear. Okay. So, VPN the privilege. And what is the new about this issue? Now we understand how it works. How is the scheme work? Then we will go now to the what is the secrets behind this VPN? Actually, VPN has a big problem. Because if you connect to the server, it must be secure. If it's not secured, the VPN will get all your information. Will get all your information, all your details, your email, everything. So you will be not protected if you connect with a VPN, and this VPN is not secured. In case this VPN is belong to the company to secure information, the company will know everything about you. It may be like bank or something, so it will be protected. So some other VPN, they use a strategy. Some other internet service provider, they using strategy, and this strategy they call it private previous one. They call it deep packet inspection. What is the meaning of deep packet inspection? Deep packet inspection. You remember when I said firewall? Just check the proxy ID. Yes, we remember that. So just destination address. But if deep packet inspection in this strategy, in the firewall, all the trailer, all the packets sent from the PC, it will be opened one by one and check the address of Google. And it will be so easy to block this way. But the problem, it is cost effective. It will be take time and also it will be cost, and the internet will be slow. So they don't use it in general, just in the in case that the information is so secure, so important. This is the last knowledge about VPN now. I hope it's clear. Thank you so much for all. This is all about VPN. It is some information I want to share with you all.